Yes, people, you know the face, you know the name. Aaron here, back again with another video. Shout out to everyone tuning in, showing love and support. Listen, I appreciate every single one of you supporting the team, man. Really appreciate it. Road to 15k, and we're nearly there. 14.8. That we are either close to or we've already gone. I think we've gone past 14.8. Anyway, shout out to everyone supporting, man. I really appreciate every single one of you watching my stuff. Listen, if you want to support this channel, you know what to do. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. You're helping the channel massively by doing that. And listen, oi. Manchester City lose yet another game. Final score at the City ground. Nottingham Forest 1, Manchester City 0. And it's trouble at the Citizens' House, man. That's what I can call it, man. Trouble at the Citizens' House. Pep Guardiola and City lose another game away from home. And it's not looking good, man. It is not looking good. Starting with the positives, I think this is a huge result. Massive result for Nottingham Forest. They beat Manchester City for the first time since 1997 in the league. Crazy stat for those who like it. And in the table, it is looking like, well, highly looking like Nottingham Forest will be securing European football next year. And it's actually crazy. They're sitting in third with 51 points. 3 points, behind Arsenal, who take on Manchester United tomorrow, of course. This is recorded on Saturday. They are 4 points ahead of Man City. So you could pretty much say, I don't want to say the wrong thing, 5 points ahead of Chelsea as well, who are in fifth. You could pretty much say that it is looking likely that Nottingham Forest will play in Europe, whether it's the Europa League or Champions League, that remains to be seen, but they will play in Europe. And listen, full credit to Nottingham Forest. And for large parts of the game, it was looking a bit, some might call it boring, but I just want to give credit to Nottingham Forest and their manager, Nuno Espirito Santo. The defensive setup, and you know, a lot of people always look past the defensive setup and they like to call it, they parked the bus, or they didn't want to attack, they only played on the counter. That is a way of playing, you know. Attacking is part of the game, but I think people kind of dismiss the defensive part of the game, and this is where I have to give credit to Nuno and the team, because the way they were defending, large parts of the first half and large parts of the second half, you could almost see the shape that they were in, not allowing City to get through anywhere. You know how Man City like to play, you know, intricate passes here and there, you know, they take care of the ball, they knock it around left to right, side to side, and then they try and find space in the middle, you know, in between the lines, and try and fizz balls through them and try and find people that can take the ball on a half turn, and then it opens up the play and gives them infinite amount of options. Nottingham Forest didn't allow any of that today. And this is credit to their defending, and you have to give credit to Nuno as well. And again, a lot of people are going to call it parking the bus. Is it a way of defending? Yes, it is. Is it a way of playing football and winning games? Clearly, because it worked against the champions. So you've got to give credit to both Nuno and the defensive structure that they put in place. One player I want to talk about, actually, let's talk about the whole defense. Murillo, Milenkovic, Olaena, and who played left back? Let me check quickly. I don't want to chat no nonsense. Here we go. I don't know why my internet's slow today. Nico Williams, of course. That defense, has been up there with one of the best defenses in the league. And a lot of people, obviously, are going to look at the likes of Gabriel, Saliba, and Arsenal's defense. They're going to look at Liverpool's defense, you know. But why not talk about Nottingham Forest defense? They've been up there with some of the best as well. In particular, today, for me, in my opinion, Olaena. Now, I just found out today via television, via the people that were doing commentary, that he's out of contract in the summer, which is crazy because if they do qualify for Europe, which I think they will, you would like to keep someone like Ola Aina and try and build with him for the future. But listen, that defense is really, really good. And you've got to give credit to the recruitment team as well to be able to recruit the likes of Murillo, the likes of Milenkovic. When he came over from Fiorentina, he was rather unknown to the people that don't watch football outside of the Premier League. So he was kind of new to people, but now people know who he is. And he came in, solidified that defense, and his contribution to that defense is going to pay off. A possible qualification in European football in over, was it 20, 29 years or something like that, they said. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. In midfield, one of the players that I personally like is Morgan Gibbs-White, man. I'm a big fan of Morgan Gibbs-White. He is a fantastic footballer. He's got like the full package. He gives you everything in one. He's got technique. He's got, he can launch himself forward. He's got power. He's got pace. He's got enthusiasm. He's got, he can take people on. He's got a bit of grit about him as well. And he's the captain. So listen, I'm a big fan of Morgan Gibbs-White, and I can't wait to see what Forest are going to do in Europe next season, because if they manage to keep that core team, and obviously you've got the likes of Chris Wood up front, you've got Elanga and Hudson-Odoi on either wings, they can do a thing, man. So big up Nottingham Forest, and obviously the goal scorer, Hudson-Odoi, man, he was fantastic today. And again, they had to wait for that moment, but this is what Forest do. They're not going to be the team that are going to play you off the park, but they're going to wait for that one occasion, hit you on the break, boom, and punish you. And this is what happened. I just mentioned Morgan Gibbs-White. That pass, bro, I think he almost played that blindly, because it's like he just knew that Hudson-Odoi was going to be on the right-hand side. Lovely cross ball across the pitch. Guardiola was nowhere to be seen. And when Hudson-Odoi took that shot, I thought it was going to go wide or hit the side netting. But it went in. And then they showed the replay, and it was a good goal, don't get me wrong, but Ederson had to do better there, man. To get beat near post like that, it's not a good look. Do you know what I mean? Not when you looked like you were on an upwards trajectory again in terms of goalkeeping, because he had made a few mistakes along the way in the season. He was looking like he was on the way up again. And now conceding this type of goal, again, full credit to Hudson-Odoi, but it's very poor to get beat near post like that, man. Very, very poor. Speaking of Man City, and again, full credit to Nottingham Forest, they deserve it. Speaking of Man City, bro, way too many people went missing, bro. Way too many people went missing. Today, it was a complete off day for a lot of these players. The only player that I can look at and say he was kind of decent today was probably Kuzanov. You know what? I'll say Kuzanov, yeah. Kuzanov, obviously, he had his debut for Man City against Chelsea, got absolutely ripped to shreds. I think it was a mistake and a foul given and something like that. A mistake leading to goal and a foul given, picked up a yellow as well along the way. Horrible start to his Man City career, but gradually, he became better and better. And today, I actually thought he was all right. Man. The pace, you can see it's slowly coming. It's nearly there. The defending is nearly there. And you can see why Man City paid the money that they paid to bring him to the club. So I'd probably say Kuzanov, for me, is the only player that I could say looked all right today, looked decent. Apart from that, I have to say it's been really, really poor. Going forward, Man City, I expected a bit more. But again, what do you want Man City to do when their whole careers, a lot of them, or most of them, I would say, they're used to this one-dimensional type of playing football, which is tiki-taka, as people like to call it. Knocking the ball around, playing it from side to side, being patient, waiting for a solution to come, waiting for a gap to open so you can fizz the ball through there. But it's not always going to work. And again, towards the end, you're 1-0 down. You have to show some sort of urgency. I'm seeing Man City 1-0 down. Yeah, 1-0 down with a few minutes to go, and you're still trying to play them cute passes. Bro, just launch it into the box, yeah? You've got Haaland in there, yeah? By all means, launch somebody else in there. Diaz, Kuzanov, launch some of the big guys in there and just, spam crosses or long balls into the box. like I said, it may fall onto the floor. Or they may win the first ball, but you may win the second ball, and then somebody hits a volley or somebody hits a shot. It gets deflected. It goes in. This is literally what I said the last time I talked about Man City. And again, it just looked like they're so used to playing that style of football that it's become almost. It's almost become a hindrance, if I'm honest. You know, gone are the days where this used to be a blessing. It's almost become like a curse almost. That because they play this style of football, they don't know how to do anything else type of thing. And it's really sad, man. If I'm honest, it's really sad. Somebody else that I wanted to talk about is Erling Haaland. Now, a lot of people got onto me for my comments about Mo Salah when I said that he's a great goal scorer, but he's not a great footballer. Haaland is literally the same. Like, there is no difference between what Mo Salah's doing and what Haaland did the first season he came. It's literally copy-paste. Both are great goal scorers. Great goal scorers. You can almost bet your house on the fact that, you know, they're going to score goals, a lot of goals in one season. But they're not great footballers, man. And Haaland, I mean, if you're not going to score goals, how else do you impact the team? How else do you help your teammates to win games of football? That's how I look at it. You know, to some people, just scoring goals is enough. Okay, cool. That's your opinion. But in my opinion, if you're not going to score goals, that's fine. Everybody has an off day. Strikers have an off day. Well, some, not all of them. Strikers may have an off day. It happens. But how else do you impact the game? How else do you help your teammates to win the game? And I couldn't see any of it with Haaland today. And this is not me, you know, bashing him or trying to have a go at him. It's been like this since he came to the league. But because he scored so many goals, people overlook it. And people, well, not overlook it, but people brushed it under the carpet, you know, because of the goals. And now we're seeing something that I saw before, but, you know, people didn't see it again because of the goals. Now we're seeing the deficiencies in terms of playing football. And to be honest with you, he was up against two really good defenders today. Murillo, he was up against Milenkovic, and they held their own against Haaland today. You know, I thought he was going to give them something to think about, but clearly not. Clearly not. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it's really sad for Man City, bro. And Man City now, bro, they have to look behind them because they got Chelsea and Newcastle breathing down their necks, and it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good at all. So, yeah, man, listen, credit to Nuno, credit to Nottingham Forest. Man City, it's looking peak for you, man. It's looking really peak. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And if you got to the end of this video, make sure you head over to the comment section and type in... What can they type in? I'm looking at my Brazil shirt here. So if you made it till the end of this video, go in the comment section and type in Brazil. Anyway, people, that was it from me. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And I'm out. Peace.